For our next discussion, we are localizing Uganda's digital content as the business update for this morning, and I'll be introducing my guests very shortly just to take you through a preamble. And today we focus on an important development that is shaping the country's digital landscape, the localization of Uganda's digital content. In today's age, access to locally relevant information is crucial for education, research, as well as innovation and the preservation of cultural heritage. Across the country, a growing number of volunteers, institutions and organizations are contributing to platforms like Wikipedia, Wikidata, Wikimedia and other open knowledge repositories to ensure Uganda's stories, languages as well as culture are represented online. These initiatives aim to increase participation, enhance digital literacy, as well as provide citizens with the tools and access, share and create information freely by documenting local knowledge and collaborating with education institutions, museums and government agencies. These efforts expand Uganda's digital footprint and also empower citizens to actively contribute to the global knowledge ecosystem. Joining us this morning for this conversation is Geoffrey Katerega, a co-founder and board chair at Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda, as well as the executive director at Wikimedia, Brenda Namulinda. Many thanks for joining us on Morning at NTV, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. We are glad to be here.
Oh, great. Localizing digital content. This is quite interesting. But first and foremost, talk to us about Wikimedia. Let me understand where you are in the mix that is, of course, enhancing global knowledge ecosystem with our own knowledge.
Yes, thank you for having us, and we are really glad to be here this morning. So Wikimedia is a global movement that is all about making open knowledge accessible and free for everyone. In today's world, information is moving online. Information is digital. It's no longer on paper. When we were in school, everything was in printed books. Yeah. But now everything is on online. Wikipedia is one of the leading platforms in access to information. So it's one of the most visited online platforms. It's among the top 10, meaning that millions of people do visit Wikipedia every day. That's right. Looking for information. What you find is that some information may be missing, and who is supposed to create that content. So this content is created by volunteers from all over the world who go online and create this content and make it available in a digital format. Okay. It can be in terms of writing articles, it can be in terms of images. So we need to really make sure that Uganda's content is available on these digital platforms, and is freely available for all. And that's what makes Wikipedia unique, is that it is free, completely free. No one is going to ask you to pay for this information, because it's also contributed freely. That's right. By volunteers from all over the world. Okay. Wow, that is really, really great. Brenda, why is it so crucial for Ugandans to contribute local knowledge, culture and stories to Wikipedia? What kind of gaps are you working to bridge? Yes,
well, it is crucial that Ugandans do contribute to platforms like Wikipedia, because if we don't write our own stories, then who will write them? Because we understand our history, we understand our culture, and it is important that we do write our own stories. If we don't write them, then foreigners will write them for us, and they do not understand the context that we live in. They don't understand the Ugandan stories. So we come out to write these stories as Ugandans to cover content gaps, but also close gender gaps. There has been lots of content that has been underrepresented online, or some even misrepresented. Like people writing stories based on hearsay, based on who said what, but the content that we write is ours. We have lived it, we have seen it, and we can verify it. But also there has been a gender gap that we seek to cover. many stories about women who are influential, women who are driving this country have not been talked about. So we come out to cover that gap. When we did our research recently, we found that in representation of the gap between men and women was 2 to 5. And recently we have tried to cover that gap, and we are now at 5 to 5 on information for women and men on Wikipedia.
Okay. Wow, I love the gender agenda. It's quite compelling. Now, one thing I know about information, especially on platforms including Wikipedia, is the element of accuracy and trust. I mean, there's so much online to the extent that if you input whatever topic that you want to find out, they have something about it. And it's amazing. You wonder where all that information comes from. But being a journalist, I look at the gatekeeping aspect of it. Who or what pillars are existent to allow for actors like you to ensure that all this information that is available on these platforms, including the local knowledge about Ugandan cultural stories, is exactly what is, not the makeup of somebody who thinks they know more than the others?
Yes, it's an opportunity that we are in a digital age, but I think, like I've put it, there's also a lot of misinformation online. And like I've mentioned, Wikipedia is that platform that anyone, anywhere can contribute to, meaning that today I can wake up and go on the internet and say, okay, I want to write this content. So how do we try to maintain credible information on Wikipedia to make sure that we are having facts? It all comes back to the pillars of Wikimedia. So Wikipedia follows particular roles or pillars that we base on to make sure this information remains factual. One of them that is very crucial is verifiability. So Wikipedia is actually not a primary source of information. It's a secondary source of information, meaning that all the information that is on Wikipedia has been written somewhere else.
That is right. And
Wikipedia is just referencing it to make it open and available to everyone. So one of the key things that anyone who is going to contribute to Wikipedia has to follow is that they have to cite a source where they got that information from. And that source has to be a reliable source. So you're not going to quote someone's social media site like Facebook and say, okay, this is the source of this information, so I'm writing it and putting it on Wikipedia. That will not be accepted. Okay. And Wikipedia has an army of volunteers, you can say. So if you write something and put it on Wikipedia right now, hundreds of people will see it immediately, and they'll check, did you follow the right procedure to add that information? Does it have a source that is verifiable, that they can also click on and know, okay, this is where they got this information from. So to give you an example, if I'm writing content about a Ugandan, I have to quote one of the media sources that we have that are credible. I'm not going to go to someone's LinkedIn page and pick information and put it online. So that is one of the pillars. The other one is that someone has to write from a neutral point of view. So Wikipedia is not going to allow information which is biased. That's why when you go on Wikipedia and try to read something, you'll find that you may think it's written by the same person. Because although there's millions of people editing Wikipedia every day, they're all following the same rules. They're all making sure they're writing without bias. So you're not going to write something and say that maybe Villa is the best football club in the world. That is biased. You have to only state facts. Okay. If Villa has won a football game, then you have to cite the source where you're getting that information from before you put it on Wikipedia. Otherwise, it will not be accepted on Wikipedia. So it is kind of a community of people who write, but also people who verify and check the facts to make sure that it remains truly factual to be on Wikipedia.
Okay, thank you. I'm still, at the back of my mind, I'm still trying to figure out why the example had to be SC Villa. But anyway, no doubt. So when it comes to the strategy for recruiting and retaining contributors, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm looking at people who have information, but they are disenfranchised to be able to provide that information. Now, these are the contributors, right? Part of the grand army of those that are putting this information forward. Is there some sort of collaboration with institutions across the country so that you can have as many contributors as possible? Yeah,
sure. As Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda, one of the pillars that we work with is partnership.
Okay.
And how we recruit volunteers, we call them volunteers because, like Geoffrey said, this information is contributed voluntarily. Wikipedia does not have people who are there as staff writing this information.
That's right.
And I'll be glad by the time we leave here, we shall sign you up as a contributor.
Wow.
So we do targeted campaigns where we sensitize people on how you can become a contributor. But we also do partnerships with education institutions, universities. At the moment, we are concentrating a lot on universities, and we are having partnerships with different universities, Kampala University, Makerere University, Soroti, Lira University, and we are still expanding to more universities to ensure that, well, these students are in the university. You have been a student before, you know what it means. They have a lot of time on them at the university. It's not like it is in lower institutions, but they have a lot of time on them. So we are asking ourselves, how can they utilize that other time? They can be contributors and, you know, contribute to this open knowledge ecosystem. We also do partnership with GLAM institutions, which we call galleries, libraries, archives, and museums, where, because you know that these museums have a lot of information, but many times it is actually vanishing. So before it gets vanished, can we put it in digital form? So we upload it on Wikipedia, we upload photos, we upload everything that is in a museum, so that in the event that it has somehow something has happened. Remember how the tower at Makerere got burnt, the Ivory Tower?
So much went up in flames.
If the government didn't have money to restore it, that was history gone. So if it was already documented and it is somewhere on Wikipedia, we could continue accessing it despite of what happened. So we do all those partnerships to ensure that we recruit people in the different institutions so that they are able to contribute this open knowledge. Okay,
that is no doubt very commendable work. As we enter the final bend of this conversation, I'd like to understand how you navigate the complexities of transferring information and knowledge. I know some people who love to speak, either in monologue or many of the creative ways that I see dance troupes. Dance troupes do share a lot of information during their performances, and if you listen in, a whole story can be told, and many times after the troupe performance is done, that's where it ends. Can these people be brought on board? Because they are not writing articles, they are simply performing. How does that happen?
Yeah, thank you. So Wikipedia is just one of the projects we have in the Wikimedia kind of movement. So Wikimedia is the movement, it's also the organization behind Wikipedia. You can call it like the father, but it has different children. One of them is Wikipedia, who is like the biggest and more popular than the others. But also there are others like Wikidata, like Media Commons. So what we are trying to do through Wikimedia is trying to make sure that knowledge is captured in different formats. Like I mentioned, some people can write articles, but also content can be captured in terms of images. It can be captured in terms of video. There's also what we call Wikidata, which is kind of structured data. Now we are in the world of AI. You ask your phone something, and it answers this question, and you're wondering where it is picking, is getting all this information from. So one of those crucial platforms where this information is coming from is Wikipedia. But how do we make sure that this information that is being picked is kind of relevant and it's also locally relevant? So how can we get people who are Ugandans who may not know even how to write an article on Wikipedia? How can we get them to write this content? So through the campaigns that Brenda has mentioned, we do targeted campaigns on particular topics. It can be, for example, Wiki loves monuments, where we go around the country and try to mobilize volunteers to capture photos on Uganda's monuments.
Wow.
It can be Wiki Loves Africa, where we choose a particular theme every year and say, okay, this year we are capturing about sports. So people go on and online and create content about sports.
Okay, thank you very much, Geoffrey. Brenda, in 1 minute, what's the call to action?
Yes, call to action. I would like to call upon Ugandans to join the open knowledge ecosystem. You can join us as a contributor. If you're a photographer, we welcome you. Use the camera. Take those photos, upload them on Wikimedia Commons. You are a good writer. Use that talent. Write articles. Journalists, I call upon you. You are actually the fountain of knowledge.
Oh,
so please join us and contribute to this open knowledge. We would be glad to have an article of you because you are contributing greatly to this country. So we want to document so that people who will come after you will, know that yes, there was this great man. So I call upon everyone
I'm humbled.
Join us.
Okay, thank you very much, Brenda Namulinda, Executive Director of Wikimedia. Many thanks to you too. Geoffrey Katerga, co-founder and board chair of Wikimedia. So in the spirit of what you guys are up to, let's just take a selfie. Maybe we can share it, and there we are. That will be uploaded a little bit later, and this information that you have shared can go on to be shared, and other people can read it. That will do it for the business update. Do stay with us. Morning at NTV does continue. We have a lot more for you, including Kickstarter, where we shall be dissecting the dynamics in the education sector and understand who is betraying Ugandans. Stay with us.